And there it is. And if it can get you contaminated with the dirt, that's going to help his cause. That's going to not only hurt your witness, but that's going to spoil your growth pattern and just the whole thing there. Now we got to illustrate this another way. And so we're going to say, here is a little egg, and that represents your heart. Your heart. Let me get us one here. All right, here we go. Now, why would we say that an egg represents your heart? Everybody knows what I'm talking about, the heart. The central organ of the soul. That thing down inside that starts making it flutter sometimes when certain things happen. Everybody knows about the heart. So, why do we say that this egg represents your heart? Because it is fragile, exactly right. And it is easily broken. And some people are just kind of playing around with their hearts, and all of a sudden, oh, man. Has anybody here ever had a broken heart? Yes. It's a very unusual group we have. Does it hurt when you have a broken heart?
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts bad. And sometimes, if your heart is broken, it can get contaminated, especially toward whoever did the breaking. We have to be careful because there are contaminants here on the plate, and one of them might be bitterness toward that situation, or bitterness toward God, bitterness toward some person, or whatever. Now the question is, if this was Mama's last egg and it fell on the floor, oh, your floor wouldn't be anything like that. But could you get some tweezers and pull all the dirt out of the egg? Now, once you get contaminated, you get the egg scrambled. It usually takes a while to get them scrambled, and then it's going to take a while to get them unscrambled. So be very careful about scrambling them up to begin with. And that reminds me when I was in college. I roomed with my sophomore year with 5 guys. We lived in the upstairs of an old farmhouse. Those were some good times, except for one thing. Food. Food was not good. There's old couples down below, and so they gave us the whole upstairs of their farmhouse, and we would pool our money, and we would buy groceries, and we would eat one meal in the cafeteria every day, and that might not be a big meal. We would get everything we could in the cafeteria on the meal card. And then we would try to cook supper or try to do whatever we could do, sometimes eat it raw. And what I found out was that boys are in a whole lot of trouble when they don't have any sisters or mamas or even wives. And so there we were. So this one guy, we'd come down to the end of the month, and nobody had anything left, and everybody was starving, and his stomach was growling. But this one guy, back up behind all the frost in the freezer. We never defrost the freezer. He had one of these little chicken pot pies. You know what I'm talking about? In the little aluminum tin. And he got that thing out, and he was so proud of that chicken pot pie. And he put that thing in the oven, and the aroma filled the whole top of that place. And you know how it is when there's food and you're not getting any? And we weren't feeling too good about that. But so then he pulled it out, a nice golden, bubbly brown, and it was perfect. And he put it on a plate like that, and he brought it around for us to get a little sniff of the aroma before we ate it. But unfortunate for him, he kind of slipped, and that thing slid off the plate and plopped right on that pine plank floor. And it was as dirty as that. So we didn't have much time to clean the floor. But we had the last laugh, because you know what the guy did? He got himself a spoon and got right down on the floor and ate it off the floor. guy was always entertaining us when he did this. Well, that's kind of something like the situation that this poor guy is in here. He is now contaminated by the things of the world, and it's going to be difficult to undo those things. What we've seen in Life Dynamics, this class we have for people in trouble with the law, we've seen that when people are 17 years old, they're invincible. Man, nothing's going to trap me. I'm not going to have a problem with anything. But then we've seen some 27-year-olds, and we even had one guy who was 80 years old, came to class. But we've seen down the road, people begin to realize that I've got some habits here. I've got we call it a stronghold in the Bible, which is a mindset or a way of thinking that is opposed to Scripture. And that mindset says, hey, I can smoke this marijuana and it's not even going to hurt me. No problem. Give me a little toot on that magic weed and here we go. And it is a problem, and it might not be such a problem that moment, but down the road it's going to be some difficulties, even difficulties with the law in Texas.